Kitsune Fruit, like the most broken and most OP fruit in all of the game. Everyone's using it, you're using it, they are using it. Well, maybe you're not using it, but they are definitely using it. So, I'll just tell you a few tips that will like insanely level up your chances against winning, because you know me, I can beat every Kitsune user in the world. Definitely, I'll make you so that you can beat every Kitsune user too. Basically, if you want to beat a Kitsune user, then just first of all, you have to know how to fight in the air. And by that I mean, you need to know how to just like move in the air well, because a Kitsune user won't fight you in the ground like ever. They might, but like most of the time they just fly up and then use a move from above you, like something like this. They'll go above you and then just, yeah, something like that. They won't fight you head to head on the ground. So any fruit that is like really grounded, something like ice, sand, or dark, it won't really work well against a Kitsune user, because they'll most of the time be flying. And trust me, they're exceptionally fast in the air, because they have 2 or 3 movement abilities which are like really fast. So now you'll ask, okay, you said that we have to fight in the air. Well, but like, how do I fight in the air? Well, basically, if you're fighting a Kitsune user in the air, I go in the air. Now, basically your main objective is to not get hit by Kitsune C. Kitsune C is like so broken, if you get hit by it, you're done. So you have to avoid Kitsune C at all costs. Now, how to avoid Kitsune C? Well, say you get hit by Kitsune C. The thing is, with Kitsune C, the start of the move is not ken triggable. It will break your ken, so you have to turn it off. But in the middle of the move, like after the move has been used, you can ken trick out of it and you can Soru away or do anything else. Just get out, basically. Because after Kitsune C, the Kitsune user will definitely use something else like Sanguine C or Yama X, something like that. Now, with regards to how you should fight in the air, well, in the air you have 2 options. Either keep running away, try to bring them to the ground. Something like, if they're in the air, you have to run away. Just like keep running away till they like, because in the air you're slower than when you're on the ground. Like if I'm dashing right like this, you see how I'm faster, right? See, if you're on the ground, you can run away faster than them. You have to basically bring them to the ground to chase you, and then when they are on the ground, then use your normal combo and try to get them. But the other option is stay in the air and use moves that work well in the air. Something like Do X works really well in the air, or God Human C. This move is like absolutely broken in the air. Or something like Do V. This also works in the air really nice. It can catch people from like a long range. So that's what you gotta do. Now the second tip is prediction. You need to know when the Kitsune user is going to hit you, because Kitsune users, while they are like terrifying, because if they hit one move then you're dead, but like they are fairly predictable, because these Kitsune users, most of the time they're just dashing here and there, but eventually they'll try to just come close to you or Soru on you. And you have to look out for these hints, because let's say if the Kitsune user is running here and there, but then tries to approach you, like tries to get closer, even a bit closer, then you know that he's trying to land his Kitsune C, and you should probably do something. You should probably counter attack or something. Like if I see a Kitsune user dashing here and then, but then he starts to get close to me, usually what I do is I just spiky trident and just go up. I go up because now I have the aerial advantage against him. And now if I'm above the air and he's below me, he might use Kitsune C on me, but usually his moves won't really reach me well, because, well, I'm in the air and I'm like far away from him. Sanguine C and Yamax have really low range, so I can usually just land my Do X on him from that range, but he can't land his Sanguine or something. But what you can do is either use God Human to just go up, or like you do this. You can just go away or just try to escape from the situation, because if they are trying to approach you, the only thing you can do is try to dodge their moves. Just predict when they're gonna use Kitsune C and then just poof, I'm gone. Probably the most important tip for beating a Kitsune user is just outranging them. Use moves that just outrange the Kitsune, because look, Kitsune is really strong, but its range is limited to something around this range, like a mediocre range, around this, where my cursor is. Like if you're in this range, you have like a low chance of winning, because in this range Kitsune C can be easily landed. It's like an instant move and you're probably gonna die. But let's say if you're like here, in this range, you're pretty safe against a Kitsune, because a Kitsune doesn't really have moves that can reach over there. But you have to be careful because Kitsune is really fast. It can probably like travel this distance in 2-3 seconds. But in this distance, you're pretty safe. And you have to use moves that have like really long range. Something like Do Z. This has amazing range. Something like Gaudium C. Amazing range as well. Using Sanguine against a Kitsune user is pretty risky because you have to get up close and personal, and if you're close to a Kitsune, you're like cooked. Now, what is my main strategy against a Kitsune? How do I beat Kitsune users so well? Well, basically, what I do is whenever I see a Kitsune user, I start playing really passive. Like passive, I mean like I see a Kitsune user, they try to approach me. If they're on the air, I just start running away. I literally start running away. And because I'm faster in the ground than they are in the air, they usually have to get down to the ground, right? And when they do get into the ground, I just use this move, Do Z. Now, if this lands, basically it guarantees me a Do X because I solo and just use Do X. Now, this is like you have to be pretty fast to do this, but like, since I'm the best Do user in the world, something like this works because when the enemy is chasing you, they're like following a straight line. They're pretty open. Like you can land most of the moves on them. It's pretty easy. Soul Guitar Z or like Gaudium C. It usually works. So that's my main strategy. I just try to run away from it. But let's say I'm not able to run away. Let's say like the Kitsune user died is like on top of me or something, or like close to me. Then if the Kitsune user is really close to me, well, why do you have to use the ground? If you can't run away on the ground, then run away in the air. That's why I use Spiky Trident, because it lets me like, the cooldown is really small on this and I can just like run away in any direction if I want to at any time. You don't call me the best Do user for nothing. Oh,